We'd like to welcome everybody and thank goodness for the new year of 1926, which is a little crazy. But this is the workshop agenda for the Tennessee Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission on January 7th, 2026. And we'll do introductions of commission and members shortly after I read our letter of necessity. So in accordance with TCA 8-44-108, this special called meeting of the Tennessee Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission is being held virtually via WebEx at 10 a.m. Central, January 7th, 2026. The necessity for this virtual meeting is due to the fact that multiple members of the body are employed by local school districts and their respective positions require them to be physically present within their districts currently due to the recent commencement of the academic semester. TCA 496-2201K allows the commission to call special called meetings when needed. In this case, the commission has called a special meeting to discuss the start of the upcoming textbook adoption cycle and to hold various votes on time-sensitive matters as it pertains to the adoption cycle prior to the next regularly scheduled meeting on March 4th, 2026. Notice of this meeting was posted on the commission's website along with the agenda and the streaming link for the public access in accordance with TCA 8-44-101 and TCA 49-6-2201K. So as we begin this meeting, we will start with introductions. And if we could start with Ms. Becky Atkinson.
Good morning, Becky Atkinson, Cumberland County School District Librarian.
And if we could have Mr. Mike Bell.
Mike Bell, appointed by Lieutenant Governor McNally, representing East Tennessee.
Mr. Billy Bryan.
Hey, good morning. I'm Billy Bryan. I'm a high school teacher from West Tennessee. I was appointed to the commission by Governor Lee.
Miss Katie Capshaw.
Good morning, Katie Capshaw, school librarian in Rutherford County. I was appointed by the Lieutenant Governor.
Miss Laura Cardozo-Moore.
Lori Cardozo-Moore, appointed by Speaker Sexton to represent Middle Tennessee parents and citizens.
Thank you. Dr. Rebecca Farley.
Rebecca Farley, Cumberland County Schools, appointed by Speaker of the House Sexton.
Mr. Daniel French.
Mr. French has resigned his position.
Okay. I was going to say something, but I'll move on and say, that was a bold decision. Dr. Kathy Hickey.
Good morning, Kathy Hickey, representing East Tennessee.
Dr. Cherry Robertson.
Good morning, Cherry Robertson, representing Lebanon Special Schools. I'm the Director of Student Support Services, appointed by Governor Lee.
Dr. Christy Wall.
Good morning, Christy Wall, Assistant Commissioner of Academics and Instructional Strategy for the department, participating in the commission on behalf of Commissioner Reynolds.
Thank you. Miss Nikki Jones-Wallace.
Good morning. I'm the State Library Coordinator representing the Department of Education.
And I'm Dr. Linda Cash, Director of Schools for Bradley County, appointed by Lieutenant Governor McNally, representing the Southeast. And then we have a couple of more, Lee and Hayden and Kendra.
Executive Director of the Textbook Commission, Hayden.
Hayden Shadden, General Counsel for the Textbook Commission.
Kendra Hayes, Executive Assistant for the Textbook Commission.
Thank you. I don't think I left anybody out. If I did, please just let me know. But we are so glad that we are here today to accomplish the work that we need to do. Hopefully everybody had a nice Christmas break, and moving into the new year, things will be well for all of us. So in our workshop agenda, you will see items number 2, which is the workshop agenda items, which is going to be your Schedule F, intent to bid submissions, Schedule F, advisory panelist review and selection process and application, and Schedule F, TDOE advisory panelist training overview. So those will be our workshop agenda today. Are there any questions regarding the workshop agenda? Okay, hearing none, we will start with the Schedule F bid for intent to bid submissions, and I'll turn that over to Ms. Lee Houston.
Is the intent to bid submission and not the final list of Schedule F publishers. These publishers are the ones who submitted the required documents in the time frame and have intention on submitting an official bid. The window actually opens today and ends at 4 p.m. on February 20th to submit the actual final bid for Schedule F. And so in saying that, you have the document that who has the intent to bid right now. We have several publishers for social studies in each grade level. And we have the high school as well has several publishers, and then we have the 2 CTE schedules, and everything has at least one publisher right now for the intent to bid, with some having more. Dr. Cash, do you want me to read those aloud, or is it?
No, can you just give us a total of the number of bids, of bidders? I mean, I'm looking at it. It looks like we've got a good representation right now. So unless anyone sees or wants more details, I think if we just recognize the number of different bidders that we had, that would be great.
Kendra, do you have that number? Publishers.
Yes,
Sorry,
I did not break that
sure
up by numbers,
Yeah.
but I can do that very quickly.
Okay.
We do
Sorry, I have
have
mine
one
arranged
course
in
that
different
has
ways.
no intent to bid, that is contemporary issues. So for that, we have,
No intent to bid on contemporary issues.
correct.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions about the publishers that are that you're looking at that are set to bid, that have turned in their intent?
Hey, Dr. Cash, I have a question. Is it
Yes.
possible for a publisher to still submit a bid if they haven't turned in an intent to bid form?
I will turn that over to Hayden and let Hayden answer that.
Yeah, absolutely. So intent to bid is just a window that the commission allows publishers to submit a couple different necessary documents, and sort of so that we know going into the next adoption cycle how many are probably going to submit an official bid. And so none of the intent to bid, everything that you see on the screen here, none of it's binding. It's just a strict intent to bid. And we'll know the official number after February 20th when the bid window actually closes. So,
Okay, sounds good. Thanks,
Currently-
Hayden.
Yes,
Thank you.
currently we have 22 publishers that have submitted intent to bid.
Thank you.
And
Very different from our CTE adoption. So
Yes.
that's great news.
Dr. Cash, I have a quick question.
Yes, Mike.
Thank you. Is it, and I don't know if this question would be to Hayden or someone else with our commission, is it somewhat unusual to only have intent to bid from one company on Tennessee history?
The intent to bid, Mike, is like Hayden said, that is just a preliminary of, we think we're going to do this. The official bid is when we really need the numbers to come through, if we're going to have it. So, and we have several new publishers, and so they're just filling out, making sure they're getting the forms. Do they have this right? We've had lots of questions on those. So I think this is just the kind of the setup.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, in reflection of that, we typically have multiple bidders in that arena, so I do expect some more to come through. If you look at the past, I expect some more to come through.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions regarding the intent to bid list? I'm going to interrupt for just a minute. I think I'm going to flip back to introductions one more time. I think we had John come on, and I'd like for the commission to be able to meet him, although he has not been officially confirmed. Lee, would you do that for us, please?
And Hayden, will you stop sharing screen for just a minute so that we can see? Thank you. Mr. Weston, we have John Weston, who was just recently appointed. He's not been through all of the training yet, but he wanted to join today to see what was going on and to see how things worked. Mr. Weston, would you like to say hello and tell us a little bit about you?
First of all, my apologies for not being on at 10 o'clock. I'm a very prompt person. I had some technical difficulties. I've been working on this for 30 minutes. So let me put that out there first.
You are fine.
My
This
name
is
is
our
John.
first WebEx.
Yeah, definitely here. Needed the password, but my name is John Weston. I'm currently in West Tennessee. I own a residential healthcare company. We support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And I was recently appointed to the commission by the governor.
That sounds wonderful. Well, welcome. We're glad you're with us. So I do want to say I'd love to have conversations with you, not about textbook, but about your job, because it's such a much needed field that we're all struggling with. So after sometime I'll get your contact and I'll reach out and we'll have a different conversation around what you do.
I would welcome that, Dr. Cash. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions concerning the intent to bid submissions?
Dr. Cash,
Yes, ma'am.
is it possible for the commission members to receive a finalized list once the intent to bid window has closed? I believe the date of February the 12th was referenced, just to see what the anticipated number of publishers are that are planning to bid our different courses across social studies.
Yes, and I would say we would all like to see that. I don't see a problem with that. Do you see a problem with it, Kendra, about getting that out to us or Hayden or anyone?
Yeah, so that's usually going to be a part of everything that goes out for the March meeting, and that will be included. But let me just clarify: the bid window that opened today is not the intent to bid window; it's the official bid window. But after February 20th, yeah, all commission members will get that list and it'll be broken down by publisher, and it will also be broken down by course of each publisher that they have submitted an official bid for. So yeah.
So we can get that a little bit earlier than our March meeting.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none, we are going to go on to number 4, Schedule F, Advisory Panelist Review, Process and Application. And again, I'll turn that over to Ms. Lee Houston.
Okay. As soon as the meeting's over, you will get, you're paired up and you will get your list of applicants and their criteria, and you will score that in the scoring rubrics as you've done in the past. Kendra will send that to each of you. The panelists have, these are the ones who have turned in to be scored to be a review panelist for the Schedule F. Just remember that you have a rubric and it has broken down 0, 2, or 4, but you're more than welcome to give a 1 or 3. That is just to give you a guide. And then those are due January 23rd. The State Department will score the task. You are not scoring those. The experts score those. We will vote on those at the next meeting. If there's a discrepancy in scoring or a tie, we will have another commission member break the tie and score those. The passing score is 80% of the total available. That was set already. The rubrics has been set. We've discussed those. This is just the actual scoring of the panelists who have applied.
Any questions regarding the process for application?
Dr. Cash,
Yes.
the task that's being scored and evaluated by our team at the department, what's the date that the applications will be received, those tasks will be received, and then also required to be returned for that element of the review and scoring?
So Lee, when do we have to have our scores turned back in?
And has their score in on the 23rd. The tasks have already been completed, so Kendra can give those to Candy or Michael at any time, and then we would give them longer to score the task because that takes a little bit more time. So we would get with Candy and Michael and see what works with their schedules to give a little bit more time on that.
So
Another week or two.
Can you get those dates out to the department so that they know their turnaround time as soon as possible? Because I think if we don't have a turnaround time for them, because then you've got to do a total scoring, and I think that would need to happen. And our March meeting is when? March 4th. So we are on a pretty tight timeline. And so because all those have to be compiled. So just if you
We
would work
usually
with,
have 2 weeks difference.
yeah,
So that would be February 6th. Michael and Candy, is that?
that would be February 6th for
The scoring task.
I don't know. Michael?
Christy, I'm gonna get with Becca and talk to her about that workload and work that date by her, and then we will communicate with Christy to make sure that that is a doable timeline. Does that work?
Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll get that back to the commission. But I do think we have to work pretty tightly with the department on that because that's a bigger load than people think.
And how many, can you tell us how
39.
many total applications? Sorry.
We do have 39 that applied for any of the social studies, 8 for the business, and 6 for the human services.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll work on a deadline and get those confirmed with you all just as soon as we can receive the tasks and kind of process how long it's going to take for that scoring element.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Discussion? Okay. Hearing none, we're looking at number 5, which is the Schedule F, TDOE Advisory Panelist Training Overview. And we will turn that over to Ms. Candy Collier, Senior Director of CTE and Special Projects for the Department of Education, and Mr. Michael Bradburn, Senior Director of, y'all have long titles, Senior Director of Secondary Literacy, Humanities, and Student Opportunities for the department. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Dr. Cash, my business card turns over on the back and continues my title. So yes, it is the long name. Last year, we had very good feedback on the training that we did for panelists. And so we're going to follow a similar pattern this year with just a switch in the content. The first several tables on our rubric are exactly the same, with the last ones being just the standards. And so the first day of that panelist training is really providing an opportunity for the panelists to become very familiar with the expectations, and we even break it down line by line as to what it's asking for, what we expect to see, and then some made up examples of the things that you could expect to see there, what counts as a positive review, what looks like it's probably not enough to push through, always with the mindset that they are scoring these curriculum and text for the entire state. So think outside your own classroom and think into what's best for everybody across the state. So the first day is just kind of becoming familiar with that, making sure that they understand all the expectations. And then the second half day, we craft some made up examples of what could be seen there. We obviously have not seen the textbooks or the curriculum, so we don't use anything that's already out there. We just make some examples, and to be real honest, some of them are not good examples, and we do that on purpose so that we see just because it says the word, it doesn't mean that it should be a check in the box of completely covering that content. So we do some poor examples, some middle of the road examples, and then some really good examples so that they can have some good discussions about what they expect to see there and the extent to which they feel like the content should be covered. We also have plenty of time for norming. So we'll take one of these fake examples and the reviewers will go through it and score them. And then we'll come back for a discussion about how they were scored and why they scored it the way that they did, so that we can talk about making sure everybody's on the same page. Especially with such few reviewers, we need to make sure that the scores don't vary wildly. And so that's why we spend a lot of time on this norming process. Lots of time for questions and answers, but I'm excited to see our list of panelists. My hope is that these are Tennessee educators who know their content and know what they're looking for.
Thank you. And Michael, before you start, I do want to remind the commission that use of old adopted material is a valid option. My recommendation is if in the training you're pulling from old adoptions or you're pulling from the internet, is that you just tweak them enough so that they become ours and not, but that is allowable. So when you're looking for things, please know that you can do that. You just can't pull from any of the current texts that we're bidding on. So everybody remember that discussion. Any questions or clarifications around that? We just also have to remember from our end and from the department's end, if we are using from an old publisher or something, that we make the statement that we are not endorsing. These are just samples, all those kind of things, and then I think we'll be in better shape. So any questions along that line?
That's helpful, Dr. Cash. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Michael.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to get a chance to show the information that we're going to be sharing with the advisory panelist. I just shared my screen. Can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So I just want to make sure that I give recognition to Becca. Becca worked really hard to ensure that this 2 days of training was sort of laid out in a presentation so we could walk you through it in order just to show you, what the advisory panelists would be getting to discuss with one another and the information that we would be sharing. Also, just as Candy said, we've gotten good feedback on the previous trainings that we've offered. So this is in alignment with the previous content areas that our team has supported the advisory panelists with. So we've got our 2 days of training. I'm not going to stop at each of the slides just to ensure that you get an overview of the things that we are going to be sharing. But if you've got specific questions, don't hesitate to stop and ask them as we are moving forward. But like Candy also mentioned, one of the really important pieces of this is to ensure that we are aligned with our calibration of the process, and most importantly, what we, want our students to be able to participate in as far as high quality instruction in social studies classrooms looks like with the shifts in standards. So if you look at the agenda here, we're going to talk to them just about their role and what they will be doing. We'll also talk to them about the vision and mission of the social studies instruction across the state, which Becca has worked to create. Just to ensure that students have access to, like I mentioned, that high quality instruction alongside of high quality instructional materials. During the conversation, we will also be walking through the instructional focus documents and then those standards revision documents that we previously discussed, looking at those large scale changes and shifts and revisions that happen for specific grade bands. Then we are going to give the reviewers an opportunity to go through a common learning experience, thinking about all of those tools, the mission and vision, the IPG for instruction, talking to them about those shifts within the standards and the social studies practices, and then giving them an opportunity to analyze that IPG and the information that they'll be looking for within the materials that they'll be reviewing. And then the final piece of that will be specifically thinking about the rubrics that you all have approved for them to utilize as they're looking at each of the different pieces of materials that were submitted for bid and the different components there. So they'll know exactly how to mark those up, what information to share, and what that evidence looks like. So again, we will talk to them about their role. We'll talk to them about the vision and mission for social studies instruction. We'll talk about the instructional practice guide for social studies that they will be able to utilize looking at that high quality instruction. This looks familiar. During the last time that we spoke, we were talking about those shifts in each of the grade bands and some of those large scale revisions that we would be sort of highlighting for each of the different grade band groups as they're reviewing materials. And then again, we thought it was really important for them to get that common learning experience, like Candy had mentioned during their training as well, just giving them an opportunity to see and to calibrate around materials review as they are also working through the rubrics and thinking about what that sufficient evidence is like, because, as we've worked through different content areas before, the evidence that is there often helps. If the vendors aren't approved and they want to make some adjustments, they would know sort of what was there and what was not there. So At the end of day one, they will hopefully walk away with an idea about, the expectations for high quality instruction for social studies, the shifts in standards, the tool, and then they'll also have the opportunity to do some analysis with that IPG and working with the rubric. So that was a very quick rundown of our day one of training. So anybody have any questions or clarification before I move into day two?
Michael, I just have one. Going back to what their job is and going through the Tennessee statutes, that is early on, and that would be in both Candy's slides and your slides for training. And we also include in there the Tennessee codes of what cannot be in our textbooks and literature reviews. So I just want to be sure that everybody knows that that is part of the presentation to the panelists so that they understand we have to follow Tennessee law in this.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, Dr. Cash.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have a question. What is the process for parents and citizens? When will they be able to review these textbooks?
So I'm going to flip that back over to Lee and Hayden. But once we start the adoption cycle, they are actually online for review, but I'll flip that back to Hayden and to Lee.
Yeah, Lori, it begins on April 1st of every year. And so there is a page on the Textbook Commission's website that lists all of the materials that are up for bid for Schedule F, and it will have information on how to access that online. But that begins April 1st of every year. So,
and Chairman, if I could ask one more question, please.
Yes.
And will the textbooks be physically available? Can citizens actually go to a physical location? I know we've done it at the library at MTSU. Will that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that would begin on, I believe it would be Thursday, April 23rd is the deadline for publishers to submit hard physical copies of all material for bid to Middle Tennessee State University's textbook depository. So, yep.
So that means the parents and the citizens will be able to access that information by the 1st. They have up to the 23rd to submit.
So people can view the material online beginning April 1st, but if they want to view it in person with the physical text, that would begin on April 23rd.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions regarding that? Okay, Michael, would you like to continue?
Sure, happy to. So then after they have the opportunity to sort of norm on high quality instruction and the rubric, we will move into day two, really giving them an opportunity to practice, like Candy had mentioned during their training as well. They're going to get the opportunity to score some of their grade band specific materials, some open resources that, again, they are going to be looking at together, talking about the process and really getting an opportunity to develop sort of the path that works for them during that review process to ensure that they look for the information on the rubrics and have appropriate evidence to support each of their scores. And so as we walk through that, they will have an opportunity, to think about what that high quality evidence looks like, and really how that evidence will support each of the different stakeholders in the process, whether it's districts, publishers, or reviewers. Then they're going to get to work with their grade band groups that they are hired to work with. So there's that lower grades, the middle grades, and then the high school courses that are all called out. So they each have the opportunity to practice with something specific to the grade band that they'll be working with. And then they'll do that again. So that way they have, again, the opportunity to share out the information that they have looked for within each of those materials. And the final piece of the puzzle, we did leave this open, Lee, if this would be beneficial to add any information about the actual logistics. So due dates, how they would turn in information, what spreadsheets or communications. And so again, we would just have this slide available for you all to be able to, we can put in any information that you needed, but we just allow you all the opportunity to share that out before we wrap up day two and they can get started on the reviews.
Any questions? Michael, I do like that slide there. That way it's all there for one. I have a question for Christy and Candy as well. So one of the things that I like to see when we're, whether it's a school district or whether it's the department or whoever it is that whenever we're presenting that our slides align with each other. So I would hope that Michael's slides and Candy's slides are all kind of in the same vein with the same information, so that no matter who the reviewer is or who's looking at it, they understand that it's a cooperative effort and that we don't have we're not throwing wild cards out there. This is a standard for us. This is how we present it. This is what we do. And if the slide decks could be sent out first to that our lead team, which is our executive commission, textbook commission team, and then once that's reviewed and approved by both, if we could get a copy of those slide decks. Believe it or not, I don't know if it's just me and I answer way too many questions, but I will get calls about it, and if I can pull it up, then I can answer those with accuracy rather than me trying to wing it. So that just helps me. I don't know about everybody else, but I get calls from other districts, other school boards, teachers, and that just helps me to be able to pull it up and share with them and show them.
Yes, Dr. Cash, we're happy to coordinate the training content and ensure that both respective areas of materials being reviewed has alignment in terms of the content that's being provided to both advisory panelist groups.
And you always do a really good job of that. I just, want us to try to be consistent. The other thing for our group and specifically for anyone who's watching online is that the job of the commission and the Department of Ed is to be sure that we are going through the review process and that we are approving the books that are out there for our publishers and the training. But the actual selection of the books that are approved are at the district level. The department does not approve what the district uses, nor does the commission approve what the district uses. That is a district level decision. So if people ask the questions, well, why did you choose this or why did you choose that? Just a reminder, the districts form their own review and they make those decisions. It's not the department's decision and it's not our decision. Just to be sure everyone's clear, if someone asks you that is a district level decision. Any other questions or concerns? I think it's smooth. I think it looks good. I'm excited about it. If no one else has any questions, anything? Okay. We will then move and close the workshop for January 7th, 2026. And if everyone is okay, we'll go ahead and move into the meeting agenda. But I want to be sure, does anyone need a break or anything? If you do, you need to let me know. Okay. Then I am closing the workshop agenda. We are moving on to the meeting agenda for the Tennessee Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission for January 7th, 2026. I will again read our statement of necessity. In accordance with TCA 844-108, this special called meeting of the Tennessee Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission is being held virtually via WebEx at 10 a.m. Central Time, January 7th, 2026. The necessity for this virtual meeting is due to the fact that multiple members of this body are employed by local school districts and their respective positions require them to be physically present within their districts, currently due to the recent commencements of the spring academic semester, which for many began this past Monday. TCA 49-6-2201K allows the commission to call special meetings when needed. In this case, the commission has called a special meeting to discuss the start of the upcoming textbook adoption cycle and to hold various votes on time-sensitive matters as it pertains to the adoption cycle prior to the next regularly scheduled meeting on March 4th, 2026. Notice of this meeting was posted on the Commission's website along with the agenda and live streaming link for public access in accordance with TCA 8-44-101, and TCA 49-6-2201K. So at this time, this is called to order, and we will have a roll call vote.
Dr. Cash,
Present.
Ms. Atkinson,
Present.
Mr. Bell,
Present.
Mr. Bryan,
Present.
Ms. Capshaw,
Present.
Ms. Cardoza Moore,
Present.
Dr. Farley,
Present.
Dr. Hickey,
Present.
Dr. Robertson,
Present.
Mr. Weston,
Present.
Dr. Wall,
Present.
Ms. Jones Wallace.
Present.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We will all now move into a brief introduction of our commission members, and we will start with Ms. Becky Atkinson.
Good morning. I'm Becky Atkinson, Public School Librarian in Cumberland County Schools, appointed by Speaker of the House Sexton.
Mr. Mike Bell.
Good morning. My name's Mike Bell. I live in McMinn County, Tennessee, appointed by Lieutenant Governor McNally, and graduate of the high school just outside Dr. Cash's window right now.
That's cool.
Can I have Mr. Billy Bryan?
Hey, good morning. I'm Billy Bryan. I'm a high school teacher at Millington High School in West Tennessee, and I was appointed to the commission by Governor Lee.
Ms. Katie Capshaw.
Good morning, Katie Capshaw, school librarian in Middle Tennessee, appointed by the Lieutenant Governor.
Ms. Laura Cardoza Moore.
Yes, Laurie Cardoza Moore, appointed by Speaker Sexton to represent parents and citizens in Middle Tennessee.
Dr. Rebecca Farley.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Farley with Cumberland County Schools, appointed by Speaker of the House Sexton.
Dr. Kathy Hickey.
Kathy Hickey, retired teacher from the Bristol, Tennessee City Schools, appointed by the Lieutenant Governor.
Dr. Sherry Robertson.
Good morning.
Cherry.
I'm Cherry Rob.
Yeah, I caught it when
I'm
I said it.
It always happens. It's okay. I'm Cherry Robertson. I represent Lebanon Special School District. I'm the Director of Student Supports here, and I was appointed by Governor Lee.
Dr. Christy Wall.
Good morning, Christy Wall, Assistant Commissioner of Academics and Instructional Strategy, representing the department, and Commissioner Reynolds.
Ms. Nikki Jones Wallace.
Good morning. Nikki Jones Wallace, State Library Coordinator, representing the TDOE.
Mr. John Weston.
John Weston, West Tennessee, was appointed by Governor Lee. Excited to be here.
I'm Dr. Linda Cash. I am a Director of Schools in Bradley County, and I was appointed by Lieutenant Governor McNally, and I represent the Southeast. And we have TDO staff. I mean, not TDO, I'm sorry, the commission staff. Lee? You want to introduce yourself?
I was on mute, I'm sorry. Lee Houston, Executive Director of the Textbook Commission.
Hayden Shetton, General Counsel for the Textbook Commission.
Kendra Hayes, Executive Assistant for the Textbook Commission.
Thank you so much. So after our introductions of our commission members, we're on item D, which is the declaration of the conflict. I just want to read this statement. It actually protects all of us. Before we begin with today's agenda, I would like to address the matter of conflicts of interest as required by Tennessee Code annotated 49-6-2201G1. Under this law, the members of the Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission must avoid any situation that could present a direct or indirect conflict of interest in the review, recommendation, or adoption of textbooks and instructional materials. Each member has a duty to act solely in the best interest of the state of Tennessee and its students. A conflict of interest may arise if a member or someone closely connected to them has a financial, professional, or personal relationship with a publisher, vendor, or other party that could benefit from the commission's decisions. This includes any circumstances that could impair or appear to impair our impartial judgment. At this time, I ask each commission member to declare any actual or potential conflicts of interest related to the matters before us today, if any. These declarations will be recorded in the minutes, and where appropriate, the member may be excused from discussion or voting on the relevant item. Our role as members of the commission is to ensure Tennessee students receive high quality, unbiased instructional material. By making these disclosures openly, we protect the integrity of the commission's work and maintain public trust in the process. I will now pursue and pause to allow any declaration of conflict of interest to be made. Seeing there are none, we will now move on to the consent item, adoption of the agenda. We are on item 2, consent items. I have a request. I request a motion to adopt the adoption of the agenda at this time. Could I have a motion?
I make the motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. Hearing none, we have the adoption of the agenda. We are now moving on to action item 3. This will be a roll call vote. We have the approval of the minutes of September 12th, 2025. I'm seeking a motion for approval of the minutes.
Move to adopt.
I've moved to
Second.
adopt. I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, could we have a roll call vote?
Dr. Cash,
Aye.
Ms. Atkinson,
Aye.
Mr. Bell,
Aye.
Mr. Bryan,
Aye.
Ms. Capshaw,
Aye.
Ms. Cardoza Moore,
Aye.
Dr. Farley,
Aye.
Dr. Hickey,
Aye.
Dr. Robertson,
Aye.
Mr. Weston.
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. Looking at item B, approval of Schedule F, advisory panelist application questions and scoring rubric. I would like a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Do we have any questions or comments? Hearing none, could we have a roll call vote?
Dr. Cash,
Aye.
Ms. Atkinson,
Aye.
Mr. Bell,
Aye.
Mr. Bryan,
Aye.
Ms. Capshaw,
Aye.
Ms. Cardoza Moore,
Aye.
Dr. Farley,
Aye.
Dr. Hickey,
Aye.
Dr. Robertson,
Aye.
Mr. Weston.
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to item C, library materials appeal. This is a standing item. Material appeals occur during regularly scheduled commission meetings for the commission's library guidance documents in accordance with TCA 49.6-2201M 1A through D. Do we have any appeals at this time that we need to be reviewing? Hearing none, we will move on to any request to speak from the public. Do I have anyone requesting to speak?
We do not.
Thank you. And item 5, 2026 commission meeting dates and location. If you would review those with me, we have an in-person regularly scheduled meeting on March 4th, 2026. We have an in-person special called meeting July 9th, 2026, and a regularly scheduled meeting on October 1st, 2026. If there's anyone who finds conflicts with those, would you please reach out to me or Lee, and we can review those and look at those again. Those have already been posted, and you've already had knowledge of those. Do we have any off the bat that think there's a conflict?
Dr. Cash, that is July 29th, just to be clear, because you said the 9th. So just wanted to
Oh,
be
you know
clear.
why? Because I'm trying to go too fast. So thank you.
It's
The
okay. I just
29th.
wanted to be clear for those watching.
Thanks. So all 2026 in-person meeting locations will take place at Middle Tennessee State University. Are there any questions about those dates? Hearing none, do we have any other business from the commission? Okay, hearing none, I want to thank everybody for attending this meeting. We want to welcome Mr. Weston to our group and appreciate the cooperation with the Department of Ed. We cannot do this work without collaboration and cooperation, so we appreciate that. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. Thank Hayden and Kendra for organizing and getting things together along with Lee. I hope you have a blessed day, and at this time, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you.